that word gap is Impact 100 again, 3 years in a row, and that's a good thing. And we got more money this year. I like it. That's good. Now, look, they gave me $29,750. Just give
The
me.
construction looks great.
I mean, come on here.
Honeywell, the other side.
Coming together.
Yep. I got a call from the representatives. One of the representatives. He goes like, "You want to go see the site?" I go, "Look, I have dual citizenship. They may not let me in." But it looks great.
Awesome. You said that's an 8/3.
Coming up fast.
Yeah, it's
Are you going to move to that side?
Typically is.
Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah. You know,
At least
that
they're ready to
people
be
still want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean, they asked for us to
Well, they're going to hire like 4,000 new employees. I don't know where that's going to come from.
Yeah.
Wow. She hasn't even retired yet.
She planned on retiring, you know, she's gonna need a part-time job.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Board of Aldermen meeting. The first item on the list is roll call, and I call the meeting to order.
Mayor Jones.
Here.
Alderman Randolph.
Here.
Alderwoman Jones.
Here.
Alderwoman Turnbaugh.
Here.
Alderwoman Kendrick.
Here.
Alderman Maloney.
Here.
Alderman Rousey. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Next item is Pledge of Allegiance, so please stand for the pledge and remain standing for a moment of silent prayer for our military members as well as our public safety members. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very, very much. You may be seated. The next item is the approval of tonight's agenda. Is there a motion? Alderwoman Kendrick.
Move that we approve the agenda as printed.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor.
Alderman Randolph.
I'll second.
Thank you. Been moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So tonight's agenda has been approved. The next item is the approval of the minutes from the special regular session on April the 15th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Mayor.
Alderman Randolph.
Make a motion to approve the special regular session minutes from April 15, 2025 as printed.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor.
Alderman Rousey.
Second.
Been moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So the special regular session meeting from April the 15th, 2025 have been approved. We have no awards, presentation, organizational business. The next area is public comment. Anyone who would like to address the Board of Aldermen, please stand at the mic. State your name and address. You have 3 minutes to address the Board of Aldermen, and do sign in with the city clerk when you finish. The time is 7:02. I declare public comment open. Anyone would like to address the Board of Aldermen? State your name and address, and when you finish, after your 3 minutes, sign in over there with the city clerk.
My name is Daryl McKinney. My address is 11219 Spring Valley Road, Kansas City, Missouri, 64134. I just had a comment about the way the police handled the situation as far as, which I felt as though I was being profiled. I was sitting at the Miss Echols establishment up on Blue Ridge, right there, I believe it's Truman Road right there. Truman Drive, I'm sorry. And I was sitting there getting ready to turn out, my girlfriend and I, we were getting ready to turn out because she was trying to decide what she wanted to eat. So we left there, we made a right, made a left at the light, which was right there by that McDonald's. as we were getting ready to turn out, the officer went past me, and he's going north down Blue Ridge. So I go the other way, and he went all the way around Truman Corners, past Price Chopper and all that, and was at the highway by the time I got down there by the outer road. Now that's 3 times the distance to travel. I'm trying to figure out, well, I know how he got there so fast because he was driving excessively fast, because I tracked the distance, it was less than a half a mile from her establishment to the highway. So at that point, he gets behind me because he's already seen me sitting in the parking lot. We were just turned out, we weren't doing anything. We just stopped in there to see how Miss Tammy was doing. We didn't even have a drink in there. So we're going on the outer road because we're on our way to Popeyes on Main Street. The officer got behind me all the way. He followed me all the way up the outer road. I'm driving my vehicle, no problem. We go through the roundabout on Main Street. If you guys are familiar with those roundabouts, you know it's about maneuvering through them because cars are entering and coming out at the same time. So there is no, he said that I wasn't maintaining my lane of travel. And I'm like, well, sir, there are no lanes. I see arrows pointing the directions in which they like for you to go. But if you need to get from left to right, you just have to signal and get over, as long as you're not impeding traffic or causing a problem. So we pull in Popeyes. There's 3 or 4 cars in front of us, so we're waiting for our food. We come out, you can't make a left when you come out of Popeyes, you have to go right. So I make a right, and I turn around in the parking lot where Firestone is right there across the street. I turn around right there, the officer is sitting over there waiting on me. Now, we were in line a while. He's still there waiting on me. We come out, make a right turn because we want to go 71 South. We're on our way to Bill. He gets behind me again. We go through the roundabout. I get on the highway. Go about a mile on the highway. He pulls me over. Now, from him being behind me on the outer road to pulling me over on the highway, he's behind me over almost 2 miles of being able to gauge my driving ability. He asked me where we were coming from. I told him we were coming from a concert. He asked me if I had any drinks. I was honest with him. I said, yeah, I had a couple drinks. So he says, okay, well, let me see your license. So he comes back, we have a brief conversation, because I told him, I'm a 64-year-old male, never had a parking ticket, nothing. I'm CDL certified. I know how to operate a vehicle safely. He says, come to the back of the car. And I told him right there because I was involved in an auto accident about a month and a half ago. I told him that my hip wouldn't allow me to, if they wanted me to do some kind of maneuvering in the field, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. So he said, well, will you agree to a breathalyzer? I said, well, yes. So he gives me the breathalyzer twice, 0.7. I'm under the limit. He says, well, I'm going to arrest you. And I'm like, what am I under arrest for? He says, well, I'm going to cite you for a DUI, and I'm going to write you a citation for going through the roundabout. Twice you did not maintain your lane. And I'm like, how is this possible? I'm under the limit, and when I kept asking him, when we got into the booking area, I kept asking him, sir, why am I here? I said, I haven't done anything, I'm under the limit. You could have just given me a ticket. If you said I didn't do right through the roundabout, okay, that's your opinion. But I know what I did coming and going. He says, you be quiet, don't you say another word to me or I'm going to show you the real me. So now it's almost like I'm in a threatened type of situation here. I don't know, nobody in there but he and I. And I'm like, well, I said, well, sir, what's the problem? And he stood up again. He says, you think you better than me? I said, sir, I'm not judging you. I'm just letting you know, I'm just asking you, why am I here? My driving record is as clean as you can get. I've never been in trouble with the law. I've always maintained the road codes. That's pretty much it. But I just felt like when he rode past me at Miss Tammy's establishment, from that point on, I'm on his radar, and we weren't even moving. So that's my complaint right there.
Thank you, sir. Do sign in, and we'll have staff get back in touch with you because I think that's very important for us to do. Okay, absolutely.
My name is Tammy Eccles Biggs. I own Mr. Biggs' place. I've been there 4 years. Grandview has not done me any justice at all. I have documentation of over 8 people that have been harassed by the police of Grandview. My husband being one. They stopped him and said he crossed, illegally changed lanes, but then they wanted to ask him about a Tesla that was in our driveway. They should have been asking the Tesla driver instead of my husband. My husband was so stressed out because of what was going on with the police harassing people coming to Mr. Biggs' place. Because I told him never to get it. I told him not to come to Grandview. He came anyway. Am I upset? Yes, I'm upset. You know why? My husband is dead. He died January 18th. Stress, a heart attack, died from trying to run a business in Grandview. Police stopping him. They know not to stop me because I video everything. I have documentation, as I said, of over 8 people where they have stopped. Said, gave them breath of Lazarus, they passing them, they still harassing them. One lady, he said, well, I'm gonna take you home. Who does that? Who does that? Oh, I'm gonna take you home. She passed the test, and he said, well, I'm gonna take you home. She's afraid to even come out to my club. Am I upset? I am. You see me in court.
Thank you, ma'am. Do sign in, Tammy. Tammy, thank you. Anyone else like to address the board? Not seeing anyone. It's 7:10. I declare public comment closed. There are no public hearings. Is there a motion to approve consent item B through G?
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Maloney.
make a motion we approve consent items B through G as printed and presented.
Thank you very much. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderman Rousey.
I second.
Thank you. It's been moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So consent item B through G have been approved. The next area is ordinances. Is there a motion for bill number 7837?
Mayor,
Alderwoman Jones.
I move that bill 7837 be placed on its first reading.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderman Randolph.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Bill number 7837, an ordinance authorizing the execution of an agreement with Walter P. Moore and Associates Incorporated for the engineering services necessary for the Blue Ridge Boulevard Phase 3 project and authorizing payment.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderwoman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Randolph.
Aye.
Alderman Maloney.
Aye.
Alderman Rousey.
Aye.
Alderwoman Kendrick.
Aye.
Alderwoman Turnbaugh.
Aye.
Motion for second reading.
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Maloney.
move that bill number 7837 be placed on second reading.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderwoman Turnbaugh.
a second.
It's been moved to second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion for final passage.
Mayor,
Alderwoman Kendrick.
I move that bill number 7837 be placed on its final passage and said bill be enacted.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderman Rousey.
second.
Thank you.
Alderwoman Kendrick.
Aye.
Alderman Rousey.
Aye.
Alderwoman Turnbaugh.
Aye.
Alderwoman Jones. Alderman Randolph.
Aye.
Alderman Maloney.
Aye.
Ordinance number 7575.
So bill number 7837 has passed and is now ordinance 7575. Is there a motion for bill number 7838?
Mayor,
Alderman Rousey.
I move that we put bill number 7838 on its first reading.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderwoman Jones.
I second.
Thank you.
Bill number 7838, an ordinance authorizing payment to ESU Pursuits for GTAC mobile terminals and Havis docking stations.
Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll roll call first.
Alderman Rousey. Alderwoman Jones. Alderwoman Turnbaugh.
Aye.
Alderman Randolph.
Aye.
Alderman Maloney.
Aye.
Alderwoman Kendrick.
Aye.
Motion for second reading.
Mayor,
Alderman Randolph.
move that bill number 7838 be placed on its second reading.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Maloney.
second.
Been moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Mayor,
Aye.
I need to read that the second
Oh,
time.
okay.
Bill number 7838, an ordinance authorizing payment to ESU Pursuits for GTAC mobile terminals and Havis docking stations.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion for final passage.
Mayor,
Alderwoman Jones.
move that Bill 7838 be placed on its final passage and said bill be enacted.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderwoman Turnbull.
second.
Thank you.
Alderwoman Jones.
Aye.
Alderwoman Turnbull.
Aye.
Alderman Randolph.
Aye.
Alderman Maloney.
Aye.
Alderwoman Kendrick.
Aye.
Alderman Rousey. Ordinance number 7576.
So bill number 7838 has been passed. It is now ordinance 7576. Is there a motion for bill number 7839?
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Maloney.
move that bill number 7839 be placed on its first reading.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderman Randolph.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Bill number 7839, an ordinance approving the dissolution of unused funds.
Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Maloney.
can we get a quick synopsis on this one? I know we discussed it in the past here, so just wanted to, if Kurt might just give us a quick brief rundown on unused funds.
Sure. Alderman Maloney, members of the board. Yeah, this is something we do every few years when we have, it's basically a typical housekeeping type of function. When we've closed out funds, completed all the transactions in those funds and have audited the funds, then the ones that are unused and no longer need to be on the chart of accounts, we go ahead and close them. To officially close them, you have to have an ordinance just like you have when you open them. So that's what this process is basically just to close those funds that you had previously opened and they're no longer being used.
So I have a quick question when it comes to that. How come, is this an accounting term when it comes to, when I hear funds, I think of money versus an account. These are like empty accounts that aren't used, right?
This is an actual fund, you know, kind of, it's that governmental fund where we have 27 separate businesses, but these are, you know, 3 of them, but they're no longer being used, so that's why we would close that fund for activity.
Gotcha. But it's not unused dollars.
Correct, yeah,
Got it.
it's already been zeroed out. They've been zeroed out, so yes.
Perfect, thank you.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Maloney.
Aye.
Alderman Randolph.
Aye.
Alderwoman Kendrick. Alderwoman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Rousey.
Aye.
Alderwoman Turnbull.
Aye.
Motion for second reading.
Mayor,
Alderman Rousey.
I move that we put bill number 7839 on its second reading.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderwoman Kendrick.
second.
Thank you.
Bill number 7839, an ordinance approving the dissolution of unused funds.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion for final passage.
Mayor,
Alderwoman Jones.
I move that bill 7839 be placed on its final passage and said bill be enacted.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderwoman Turnbull.
second.
Thank you.
Alderwoman Jones.
Aye.
Alderwoman Turnbull.
Aye.
Alderman Rousey. Alderman Randolph.
Aye.
Alderman Maloney.
Aye.
Alderwoman Kendrick.
Aye.
Ordinance number 7577.
So bill number 7839 is passed and is now ordinance 7577. Now we go to other business. So please make a note, we will not be meeting April the 29th, the 5th Tuesday. You might have that on your calendars already, but just to make sure, you feel free to come up if you want to, but you'll be the only one here, so it is what it is. So let's start with Ward 3. Thomas, anything from Ward 3?
I know you're gonna mention it about Heritage Day coming up, and the chamber is still looking for more people to be in the parade. So business out there, you know, anybody who wants to be in the parade, stop off and see the chamber, and then make sure you get a good T-shirt. Support your local business, but that's about it.
Thank you. Alderman Maloney.
3 things. I wanted to thank staff for the board meeting, the mayor and board last week there. So wasn't widely attended necessarily, but I know staff, you know, put a lot of work and effort into that and showing up. So thank you for that. I appreciate
Much
it.
appreciated.
And I hope we continue to do things like that. I know those efforts will grow, hopefully, but I think it was a good first start for that. But I appreciate staff's, you know, work and all that. We did the egg hunt. The Parks and Rec did that this weekend, and it was a blast. My kids had a blast on Saturday. I appreciate it being inside, which was nice because our Easter Bunny had to go outside the next day. So it was, but it was very well attended and very well organized. And then I had a question at the Meet the Mayor and Board. I guess it was maybe an offhanded comment about our quarterly publications that are only going to come out 3 times this year. Is that for a reason, or?
It's quarterly, should be 4 times, but I'll double check. I'll double check by the last one. Yeah.
I just didn't know if there was a timing issue or anything. I was just kind of
I'll
curious
check.
about that. Okay, thank you.
Irene, Ward 2.
No comment.
And Annette, Ward 2. Anything?
Nothing at this time.
Okay, Ward 1. Sandra.
I just also want to comment on the engagement meeting. I think it will continue to grow. I appreciate the effort that went into just making it happen and look forward to interacting with residents more.
And Damon.
Appreciate staff support at the engagement. And I think that's one leg. I still think we got to meet them where they are too. So like, I know we float around at events with our shirts on, but like maybe at the amphitheater, we set up a tent during the concert so they can, come up and approach us, just try to capture more people. So this is
That's a good idea.
Well, that's exactly what I have here. Community engagement update. Yes, it was great to meet them and have them come out. I think it's by far, I had a great community engagement this morning at the View.
Yeah.
And, but you go where they are. I think that's more important than trying to get them to come to you. Go where they are. And, I thought that worked out well. Had an interesting conversation at Housewife. It's amazing. You show up and people will come, which is a good thing. So, but again, thank you to staff for what you did. I've already thanked the library a couple of times. Amber did a superb job, providing the room, which is great. First suburb meeting, Damon, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Okay, and Sandra and Irene, you guys were there as well. Annette, you were there. So what thoughts?
I thought it was very informative, just to, again, hear what's happening in other locales and just learning about the different resources that are out there.
Yep, I thought it was a great event. Yep, and people ask questions, so.
Absolutely.
I didn't realize we'd had all the turnover at Mark.
Exactly.
So,
No, that's a good point.
like, I retired. I left.
Yeah.
It's like,
This is my last meeting, yeah.
Well, and that was a lot of the Mark meeting today, was the Mark board meeting today at 12 o'clock, and it was a lot of introductions of new people as well. So, yeah, that does it. And Damon was the co-chair of First Suburbs. So he was the Missouri co-chair. So he knows a lot about First Suburbs and so forth, so that's good. John mentioned about the Easter egg hunt. The Easter egg dive was also very successful. So I know everybody's not into water, but there were a lot of folks, a lot of the kids enjoyed, diving into the water and getting the Easter eggs. So Parks and Rec was busy this weekend. They were hitting it out the park, so that's a good thing. State of the City is Thursday. So if you've signed up for that, you should have been notified. Looking forward to that. And at 6 o'clock at City Hall, staff did a great thought, great idea. I didn't think about this. But the Citizens Academy's day is Thursday. And a part of them getting all of their meetings in is Thursday at 6 o'clock. The State of the City just so happens to be Thursday at 6 o'clock. Oh,
But
wow.
is it here or is it over at the View?
It's here.
Oh, it is
Right here. So I thought I said, okay, Valerie's been
Well, you
on
got
her
some tags and
JOB.
things
She's
packed
all
their
over that.
seats.
Yeah, she-
The luncheon stand.
So anyway, that should be a fun time. We had the community trash cleanup this weekend. There are a lot of folks that have been collecting stuff over the winter. And I'll get the numbers for you, but there's a lot of people that came out. It was beautiful, to at least get rid of some stuff. So
I thought it was
to
this
do
coming
that.
weekend. It was on the 26th, I think.
Was it the 20? Okay, I thought it was
It
past
hasn't
weekend. It hasn't happened yet. Okay,
It's coming.
So
I was like,
so it's
"When
coming
is
up
it?"
then. All right. Well,
Yeah,
because
sure.
I've got some stuff too, but I didn't get a chance
And
to.
we have the VFW breakfast Saturday.
Yes, we do have, but we don't know when the fish fry is going to be, do we?
Pardon me?
We don't know when the fish fry is.
They haven't given me.
I haven't seen the date
They're talking
yet.
about,
Okay.
they're talking about the third Fridays of every month
Okay.
throughout the summer.
Well-
I think the first one might be May,
Okay.
but
We
I don't
need
get a lot of
to.
real good communication.
We need to get that word out
Yeah,
because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not on my calendar at all.
right.
So, staff, what do you guys have?
Mayor, I just have one question.
Yes.
The event tomorrow.
Yes.
Is
We're gonna talk about that once we leave, yes.
Oh,
So we know, yes, so we know who's going where and when, so, absolutely.
Mayor, only other thing I have is Capstone Awards. If you sign up for it,
Yes,
it's gonna
that's
be tomorrow
Right.
afternoon, and that is gonna be at 4 o'clock this time. And that's gonna be a great turnout. Our partners are coming too. They're gonna participate to the cost of those tables that we're getting. And and I met one of the referees who, or the judges who decided who gets what. And she was saying that, she was at the First Suburb Coalition, she was saying that we could not give you guys an award because every one of those that you guys completed, those are transformational projects for a town, but the dollar amounts that you guys spent for those were not hitting the threshold to compete in the same category. That's why they felt the need to give us that award. So that was a very humbling opportunity. And the second one is First Suburb Coalition here. This room, believe it or not, was a recruitment tool. And I had two came up to me saying that, hey, do you guys have openings? We want to work for you guys. So space matters. Space matters. That's all I have.
That's good to hear. By the way, I've got 4:30 on my calendar.
Yeah.
4:30.
Yes.
So are we driving?
Well, we're gonna talk about
Yeah,
that.
we'll talk about
Yeah.
that. The reason I said 4, there's a reason for that.
If
If
he
we
wants us here
need
at
to
4.
drive together, the latest we need to leave is 4 o'clock from here.
All right. Well, the time is exactly, yes, okay.
Is the AMP parking lot done?
Say again?
Is the AMP parking lot complete?
So the only thing left are the lighting.
Okay.
The rest of it is done.
I've been enjoying to come together.
But last
so, yeah.
week when I was there, they were putting the concrete stops,
I saw 'em,
right?
yeah.
And they were striping, and everything else is done. And our crew was preparing the beds. The only thing left at this point is those solar lights.
Okay.
As soon as they are here, we're gonna install them, and you're
looks
gonna have a
good.
beautiful looking facility.
So the paving is complete.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, it's exactly 7:25. Is there a motion for adjournment?
So move.
Second.
Alderman Randolph.
So move.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Alderman Turnbull, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So we are officially adjourned at 7:25. We get it done. So,
Come on.